So I was afraid my crowd being bad the gospel dialogue. I cannot for us TV said it tends to be a demono. And then so I bet not say, aha, your mamu and Libya or so Bible. Then so ya sound so Edward for a certain anymore. The next day, this is the first edition. Your program back on unscripted. Now your name. Topo baako anase ye papa baako bi a obon humode pa wo kristo mu na mi se nkumoboy be ko wiye no obenya bibia fim na obetumi nso odi abobra because me no me na anantida me hu de otimi ye na mi se by the end of this program no won se o me na obenya bibia fim me di dia de benjamin me na me di juma de o chia me obetumi follow all social media handle our Kingdom Followers TV ye twa ho ba ye ba ye better us. Makwa biem and so yatna say ye ne ye fafa baako that Reverend Raymond Afutu Nartey mi so be chechi mi sata say oni na ye da bi asem ko too much to memo no ankasa abonidi so Reverend akwaba
yo menia
so yati obi say Reverend Reverend Raymond Afutu Nartey. So who is Reverend Raymond Afutu Nartey?
Yo Midasi, thank you so much. Reverend Raymond Afutu Nartey is someone who hailed from Pram.
Okay.
And Pram is a very big and unique town, as you all know. And in the Pram town, we have one of the largest family called the Nartey families.
Okay.
Now, in this Nartey family, we have what we call 7 clans. So we have one called Afutu, one called Steel, one called Ajoka. And so when you are from Pram in the Nartey family, the clan in which you come from will be determined by your middle name.
Okay.
And so I am from the big Nartey family of Pram,
okay,
but I'm coming from Afutu clan of the Nartey family. So the Nartey family comprises 7 clans.
Okay. And so I know that you are an ordained minister of the Methodist Church. So when was the first time that you hear God's voice? Can you recall that?
Thank you so much. By the grace of God, I can say that, you know, since infancy, both my mother and my father and the siblings, we are blooded Methodists.
Okay.
And so since childhood, they've been taking us to children's service and so on and so forth. So growing up, I have been trained as a disciplined Christian. Okay. And so I always tell my people that, or my colleagues, friends, that there are 3 places that you will see me: my workplace, my house, and at the church premises.
Okay.
So when I go to work, the moment I close, I come home. Even sometimes home, you will just see me within some few minutes. From home, I'm at the church premises.
Okay.
Till 10 p.m., 11 p.m. when I'm coming to sleep before you see me coming back. So it's like the things of God has become our passion since infancy. And for me, no wonder I found myself here today.
So what position do you hold in the Methodist Church?
By the grace of God, I am the Diocesan Youth Organizer of the Tema Diocese of the Methodist Church in Ghana.
Oh, a bit much because maybe you'll be a Pentecost like one say.
Thank you. So when you said the Diocesan Youth Organizer, the Methodist Church is made up of dioceses.
Okay.
Currently, in the whole Ghana, we have about 25 dioceses.
Okay.
Now, these 25 dioceses, we have some dioceses that are outside the country.
Okay.
And so when you talk of a diocese is a distinct area which have been carved out, which is manned by a bishop.
Okay.
And so Tema diocese, when you are talking about Tema diocese, it spans from Sakumono to Community 20, Lashibi, through Ashiamang to Afienya, to Pram Pram, to Adan 4, come to Tema here, Dowenya is a very big diocese.
Wow.
And so when you said Tema Diocese, that's how youth organizer of Tema Diocese, it means that I am the one who is in charge of all the young people in these areas that I have mentioned.
Oh wow! So you see, baby, okay, they say on the in charge of all the young people in Tema Diocese. Now Tema Diocese is was also a shaman. So now you see, a shaman is very very important. So you being a leader, leading a young people, a group of young people. Now if you what a shaman, how do you feel? Do they comply with whatever you say?
By the grace of God, I would say, you see, the issue is that now I have done a lot as far as youth work is concerned.
Okay.
Because when I was even not a minister, I think I already told you that I am somebody who has begun this work, church work, for a long time.
Yeah.
So I can say that I've gone through the ranks of many of the youth organizational positions.
Okay.
MYF, which is the Methodist Youth Fellowship, is my organization.
Okay.
I believe that organization has really helped me, has really shaped me, has really ordered my life.
Okay.
And so I was in the MYF. I have been through almost all the positions in the MYF. I became the circuit, but then I was in Pram Pram, so I became the circuit MYF chairman. I became the circuit organizer of Pram Pram Legal Circuit. Then afterwards, I became the Diocesan Youth Council Vice Chairman, who assist the DYO. And so sometimes when I became the DYO, I do some comparison. I realized that the young people of those days is not the young people of today.
Wow.
Because of changes in generation. And so you realize that now young people, you cannot compare them to those days young people because the dynamics are different. And so you must therefore study and pray for grace in order that God will give you that enablement to be able to manage the young people of today. And I can tell you that managing the young people of today is a very difficult task. But with God in our vessel, I think that God has been so gracious unto me. And I would like to say that by the grace of God, I am able to manage, especially young people in this Tema and Ashama environs that we are talking about.
So, you being the leader of the young people, you made mention about difficulties. So, what are the difficulties that you've been appointed as the DYO?
You know, there are times that people say that the young people of today don't respect.
Okay.
Sometimes I sometimes say it's a perception. Yes. Obibe can say if men's and women. Yes, we cannot say that all of them are like that. Maybe one or two. Yes. So you realize that these days the young people sometimes they are a little bit, I will not say difficult, but complicated. Complicated in the sense that those days we don't really ask questions when we are asked to do things. It's like in the military, obey before complain. Yes. But these days, young people and even our children are asking questions. For example, if you said do A, they are asking you why are you asking me to do A? And you need to give or supply explanations as to why you said you should do this. And so sometimes when you don't pay attention, have patience for them, you might think that they are difficult.
Okay.
But I believe that they are not. When you are able to understand them, you will be able to guide them very well. And I believe that by the grace of God, that is what we are doing.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. So I'll ask you, so throughout your youthful age, you have been a minister or you haven't worked before?
I have worked before. Let me take you back.
Okay.
Like I said, I am I can say a humble young boy coming from Pram Pram.
Okay.
Well, I schooled there after my basic education in one of the Methodist schools.
Okay.
I finished my BEC in 1993.
Okay.
And then I fed my education to Ghanata Secondary School, Dodoa. where I obtained my SSC. I finished my SSC in 1996.
Wow.
Now, afterwards, I came to work with one of my uncle. He owns a transport, that vehicle that loads from harbor. So I came to work with him for 2 years. That was where I even used to learn my driving. Then in 1999, by the grace of God, I was employed by Ghana Water Company Limited.
Nice.
And I can tell you that that is where I have spent most of my years. I worked with the company from 1999 to 2016.
Wow.
So it means that I worked with Ghana Water Company for 17 years.
17
and I can tell you that I have gone through all the ranks, and before I was exiting or resigning from Ghana Water Company in the year 2016, I was the one who is heading the Tema regional loss control of the company.
Fine. So, let's say, we are so for so do you believe that?
Yes, in the Methodist ministry, we have 2 types. One, which is the tent ministry. Tent ministry basically means that you are ministry or you are pastoring, and at the same time you are working. Before we have those that goes into it full time. It means that you are not working you are pastoring. And so in our terms as Methodists, we said SO54 and SO55. So the SO54 are those who goes into ministry full time, and then the 55 are those who goes into ministry part time, which we call tent ministry. Which means that they are working at the same time pastoring. So you realize that we have some military personnel being ministers, police personnel being ministers. We have some of our ministers still working at some places. But I can tell you that it was 2014 when I candidated to become a minister. The issue is that right from the word go, I love to do the things of God. I love to do the work of God. And like I said, almost all the time, I have dedicated my time to God's work. And that is why I told you that the moment I close from work, I come home within a few minutes, I'm off church premises. It is someone like yet me can say, sorry, exactly. So that is where anytime you see me, I have really served ministers. I have really served the church. And so growing up, all the ministers that I have served, sometimes when they come to our place and they are being transferred, before the next minister will come, the next minister will call me and tell me that, hey, who is Raymond? And then when I can say, I have seen in the handing over note of the previous minister that they are training you to become a minister. I said, me? I said, let's see what the Lord will do. So it is something that almost any minister that comes to Pram and they go, they normally give that recommendation that I'm somebody who is being trained to become a minister. And so, well, that has been going on until 2010 when one very Reverend John G. Botti, aka Accra Boy, came to Pram. And when he came, also he said, well, this is what he saw. And I told him that, well, I am working now. I will decide on it when to also join the ministry. In fact, I remember there was a time he even told me that, he called me and told me that because of my work, I don't want to come and join ministry. After that time, my mind was that when I retire at the age of 60 years, then I'll come to ministry. But something happened 2014 when he was going. He spoke to me that what he's telling me that I'll become a minister one day I'll see it for myself. So he left. Then Osofo Tete, Nicholas Tete came. So 2014, I think I was having my quiet time one dawn, and this edge was strongly coming. Then I started recollecting the words of my Osofo, who said that, do I think that is the work that I'm doing? That is why I'm doing. That is the grace that is keeping me. It was really echoing. It was really echoing. Strong.
Wow.
So in the morning, I was so down. I don't know what to do. Then the urge was coming for me to go to my Osofo. So immediately I went to my Osofo and told my Osofo that I want him to candidate me to become a minister. When I said that, he shouted, he said, "Praise the Lord." Raymond, what happened? Because it's something that is on their hearts. They were all expecting that to become a minister. And so he candidated me 2014. Now, before that, because I love the things of God, I always want to educate myself. Because by then I wrote the first lay preachers exams, I wrote the second, so I was a full lay preacher. I've been preaching, going around the circuit, preaching. And so when I realized that I love preaching and I love teaching, so I tried to educate myself more. So me myself, even without being Osofo, I enrolled at Trinity Theological Seminary.
Wow.
And I did my certificate in ministry. I did my diploma in theology. As at that time, I was just trying to enrich my knowledge. So that at least when I'm doing something, because one thing I believe in, which of course is a motto of our insurance company, done well, say if it must be done, that must be done well. And so me, I always want to do things and do them well. So I said, no, if I want to preach, then let me educate myself, let me gain the knowledge and do it well. And so I started going to Trinity before I was candidated in 2014. So in 2014, when I was candidated, by then I already have diploma in theology. So instead of 3 years training, I was given 2 years.
So what's the every day they be coming see day and they say day because now when we say before so go Trinity no, I say be a Methodist as a I say Presbyterian na any of the churches now so we study call. But when we say you can go there yourself and have that certificate.
Exactly. Private, you can go there as private. It's like any other university. Trinity Theological Seminary it equates the university that we have. So even though the churches bring their ministers for them to train them, you as a person, like you are sitting down now, you can go, and then once you have the requirements, you can start doing your course there.
Oh, fine. Madam, for a friend, make a channel of a baby or also with my but then the young life Mukakra, your so what can baby I will start education fee. What about your family? Do you have children and
yes? So by the grace of God, I when I was doing, like I said, doing God's work, so in order to overcome some temptations, I think I married early. And so in the year 2006, I got married to my wife, Asafu Mami, Afutu Nartey.
Hey, so Mami,
so we started life. And so this year is 2006. So this year we are celebrating our 20 years in marriage.
Wow, 20 years.
Yes, in marriage. Yes,
oh wow,
20 years
wow,
in marriage.
Wow.
And this year also happens to be the year that I'm celebrating 10 years in ministry, because I was commissioned in 2016. And then this year too.
Wow.
Normally I was born on the 19th of May. And so every year I do program to honor God for how far He has brought me. And so this year it is triple grace. I am celebrating 20 years in marriage. 10 years in ministry. And then my birthday.
Hey. And then obi ba say abo ba ko ku no am yen sa.
Exactly.
And yeah, 2 example that the end that be.
It's on the 19th of May. 2026 at 5 p.m. at the St. Paul Methodist Cathedral. All are invited. All are invited to come and celebrate the faithfulness of God with us.
Okay. So yeah, kasa bebre me judi say Western ade bebre going forward no ade ba kwa make sure say me buy and mabehu say you yourself you can educate yourself by enrolling in this university or I don't know say university say, but my baby share the baby ho. And it's not me recommend them also you can also go there and but some people can be me banners maybe we can say or say or worrying them. So is it important for us to marry early as a young people?
I will say yes and no.
Yes or no?
Yes. Yes, in the sense that when you have the means and the environment is conducive.
Okay.
When I talk of environment being conducive, it involves so many things. You can go ahead and marry. But that does not mean that when you don't even have the means and you want to because see ube warrior say you must put one or two things in place before you marry because marriage is a different ballgame altogether.
Okay.
And so if you ask my candid opinion, I will say yes or no, depending on the situation.
Okay. Okay, but sometimes I think some of the ministers put pressure on the young people to for them to get married because of maybe the things that they are doing. They are now so do you agree with that?
And for me, I think that it is to educate the young people. I have quite a number of young people who comes and we discuss such matters. I will give you the reality on the ground and how you should go about it. By the grace of God, I'm a counselor myself.
Okay.
I have done my master's in guidance and counseling at the Methodist University.
Okay.
At the same time, I also did my professional course in psychology.
Okay.
And so I always advise the young people, I'll put the cards bare before you for you to decide. I will not take the decision for you. But when I finish talking to you, you yourself take the decision. The good one or the bad one. It will be okay for you. So for me, I will not support the idea that young people should be pushed into marriage. Yes, I have seen some of them, which of course did not end well. And so I think we should rather guide the young people for them to know the pros and cons as far as relationships and marriages are concerned, so that they will not do mistakes. I always say that some of the mistakes that we have committed, we shouldn't allow our young ones to come and face them. When they are coming, let us rather let them know that these areas are bad areas that we shouldn't tread. And I believe that will go along with whoever.
Oh, that's fine. So going forward, thank you for that definition. But going forward, you say you made mention that you have this family. You get married early, but this year when you're 20 years in marriage, so someone will ask, again, actually, I keep that bond to this 20 because we have seen a married or our for by 2 years, 3 years. Now our in hobby, but would yet must sustain it for 20 good years. So, what was the secret that is?
I would say the secret is grace. Once you are celebrating grace upon grace, then it means that grace is working all around.
Yeah.
Now, I will not say that my marriage has not faced challenge. We have faced challenges. We have faced test times. But there is a saying that with God in your vessel, you shall always smile at the storm. And so, even though we face challenges in our marriage, we always look up to God. And so, when the challenges come, I don't look up to man. I don't go to man. I go to God and ask God to give me direction. Ask God to direct me. And I believe it is God that has kept us, the Spirit of God that has kept us, and patience. Patience that has kept us for these 20 years. That we also have a story to tell. And so anytime I'm counseling couple, I tell them that yes, some of the things that I'm telling you, I have experienced them. So I am speaking from experience point of view. And just say me in America, or I don't know what I'm talking about. So I think that it is God and grace patience,
Okay.
and the love that has kept us these 20 years.
So, what is a proud moment in life, and why a proud moment in life?
Well, if someone asks me of my proud moment in life, I'll talk about the kind of things that God is using me to do.
Okay.
When I was commissioned in 2016, by then it was our father, the Right Reverend Thomas Branfosi, who was the bishop, and he stationed me at Afutu. Now, before he sends me there, or when people even got to know that I've been stationed at Afutu, I think it came with mixed reactions.
Okay.
Because Afutu is more or less made, or the Afutu church is made up of mostly family members.
Okay.
And so some people are of the view that once they are my family members, maybe they might not give me that kind of due respect. So I may not be able to make any impact there. So I think people even gather the courage to come and tell Bishop, forcing that he should change me from coming to Afutu.
Okay.
But even the chief of Afutu is my uncle.
Oh, wow.
And all of them are in the church. So people said no. And according to Bishop Force, he said when they came to tell him, he said, okay, he will pray about it. Okay. When he prayed, God told him that he should send me there. So he didn't mind anybody again. Oh, he said, so he told me that, Raymond, these are some of the things that I can, but I'm sending you there. If I see 1 year and things are not going well, I will take you out from the place. And he sent me there. Oh, nice. And I can tell you on authority and by the grace of God that the works there is evident to see that indeed God has really used us to uplift the image of Afutu Emmanuel and then Afutu Session as a whole. So if you ask me my proud moment, one of my proud moments is that God has used us. We allow ourselves for God to use us to affect. In fact, when I got to Afutu, along the line, and I spent 7 years at Afutu.
7 years?
Yes, 7 good years at Afutu.
So, if I say, when you do commission,
yes, when they commissioned, and I was ordained there. Yes.
And you spent
extra 4 years.
4 years.
So 7 years.
7 years.
2016 to 2023.
Wow.
Before I left there. Okay. In fact, there I was also involved in local council of churches works to the extent that I was appointed as the chairman of the Afutu local council of churches.
Wow. And
I can tell you that by the grace of God, during the tenure of me, by the grace of God, being the chairman of Afutu local council of churches, it was a great.
Oh, wow.
It was a great, and the records are there for there to see. So if you go to Afutu Emmanuel now, the records are there that at least these 7 years that we have spent there, God has really proved himself faithful.
Oh, wow. Wow. This is interesting because for Methodists, I know the Methodists, they won't send you to your hometown. For them to believe in you, to send you there, it's not easy, but Charlie, even the
exactly. So if somebody once said that, there is a scripture in the Bible which says that a Messiah is not honored in his own town. So somebody once came to tell me that you have reorient that scripture.
Wow.
Exactly. That even though people were not expecting not to that extent.
Okay.
That we're able to make that kind of impact. And I'm telling you that go to Afutu and ask. Okay. By the grace of God. Okay. We've been able to do it.
Yeah, that's fine. So that's how God works. So sometimes God works in mysterious ways. You don't understand how God works, but you never there. It turns out you didn't achieve. You say, yeah, dinner chini dear, yeah, dinner, also open to new to was the dinner, Yakwako bompa yaba, my so sometimes obi or no on tiasie, but if who Yankupon when I always say, what tiasie, because winning the Yankupon to me.
Exactly.
Daddy, thank you very much because this is not this is a short invitation, but you really honor your invitation and we are grateful for that. And Daddy, going forward, what's the message? What's the message that you're giving to the young people in the Tema Diocese, and also the things that you're expecting from them, and also one thing, young people nowadays are afraid in taking up any position in the church. So, what would be your advice?
Thank you so much. I will say that, my dear young people of this great diocese of ours, I want to first of all encourage all of us that as far as positions are concerned, let us avail ourselves and take advantage. Okay. I'm saying this because me myself, that is what I have done. Okay. Like I told you, I don't give opportunity chance. Any least opportunity I get, I make sure I take hold of it. Through that, I am able to learn. Not that I don't make mistakes, but there is a saying that in the way or on your way of life, you will fall. But when you fall, what you pick from the ground is what matters. Okay. The literal meaning is that in way of life or on your way of life, you will make mistakes. But what lessons do you learn from those mistakes, which will help you or which will influence your decision going forward? Okay. And so I have made mistakes. I have fallen, but I didn't remain there. Okay. I pick up the pieces, and I can say all put together is what has brought me this far. And so the young people, I will encourage them to take up the leadership roles. Because I continue to say that all the society that we have now, within the next 10 years, the leaders that we see now, within the next 10, 15 years, where would they be? Most of them, old will catch up with them. Now, if that is so, and the way we go is the way we have come is the same way we go, then these elderly people will take leave of us. Okay. Now, if they are taking leave of us, what and how are we learning to take it up from them? You know, sometimes the young people complain. And the way they are handling the church, we don't like it. And the way they are doing this, we don't like it. So I always tell them, then position yourself very well. Okay. So that when your time comes, you will not see the worst of what they are doing now. Because they definitely, no matter what it is, they will leave. Yes. And when they leave, we will now. Because if somebody tells me today that I will be where I am today, I will down. Seriously speaking, when I was the vice DYO, I've never thought. By then, the house I was in now, my DYO was Sofubu Stable. That was where he was living. And I was working with Ghana Water Company. So sometimes when I even close, I'll go and buy KK 25 and send it to the house and we'll all eat there. Wow. So when I was appointed as a DYO and I was coming to leave, I said, hey, this is how this world is. I've gone around and I've come back. Again. Somebody who was the vice chairman, today have come now as a DYO. And that is how God works. And so, since none of us knows what the future holds for us, we must listen to the voice of God. We must apply wisdom, humble ourselves and learn, and make sure that we take advantage of every opportunity that will come on. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. So, I think that you actually agree, but organization being out in your
term of office because so by but organization then I'll share my bomb what they pan.
This is a very tough question. But I would say that the 4 youth organizations under me are all doing very well. So I would not sit here and say MYF has done so well, MGF has done so well, GAMSO have done so well, AB, AMB have done so well. I believe that all of them have their strengths and their weaknesses. I strongly think that when they are able to identify their weaknesses and improve upon them, I think we'll have the best organization that we have seen. But now I think they are all doing very well. They are all doing very well.
So say that you can yeah daddy yeah do corner so what will be your last comment and advice for the young people in the matter of so
Let me say that young people, one of the decisions that I was taking, which was a very difficult for me, was the fact that I was resigning from Ghana Water Company to join ministry full time.
Wow.
My brother, it was not an easy decision. Because, like I said, I've started working with Ghana Water Company from 1999.
Wow.
And so 17 years now, I was the leader of the Tema regional law center. I have 1 fully nyanya pickup,
wow,
1 driver, and 3 workers under me. So when the time comes for me to resign, you can imagine, a lot of people were even casting insults on me. Because the issue is that chances that people want, you have gotten it, and you said you are resigning. You are resigning not that you are traveling outside the country, but you are going to do ministry. Now ministry was so in fact, even even my family, it was a very difficult situation for my family. Because it's looking as if then I was going to put the entire family into some kind of difficulty. So it was that 2016, it was a very tough situation for me at that particular time. But I prayed. And the issue is that sometimes when the calling is clear, God gives his voice. And once he gives his voice are yea and amen. And so based on that, I made that decision. Irrespective of whatever my friends, my family, my people are saying, I said I will resign.
It's not easy.
No, my brother, it's not an easy decision. I said I will resign. So I resigned and came into ministry full time.
Wow.
But I can also tell you that these 10 years of ministry, I have never and ever regretted of resigning from Ghana Water Company.
Wow.
Because the Lord has been faithful. And you know, he's our provider. So in so many ways, God has been good. And for me, I said now, I have come to testify, say,
wow.
And so I want to just encourage my young people that they should be humble. They should be sacrificing for the church. They should be respectful. They should educate. Education is also key. You see the narration I gave you. Even though I am doing the work of God, I am equally educating myself. Now what I'm planning to do is to start working on my doctorate. Because I now have my master, I have my professional psychology certificate. I want to work on my doctrine. And so they should also educate themselves and they should have patience. You see, these days, what young people always want is quick cash, quick money, quick cash, quick cash. Yeah. But in the house of God, it's not like that. Just exercise patience and then at the right time, God will speak. And if me from Pram Pram, God is able to bring me this far, then He's able to do it for anybody that will come.
This is so deep. This is so deep. So, Daddy, we are grateful for having you today. We want to make up because maybe a touching upon is you leaving that company, Ghana Water Company, to take this mantle is not easy. That, but I think, and I know say omo sharing so omo tie no omo say baby a wo no Nyankopon favor you have to leave it and come and do the work of God. But sometimes it move find difficult say urban maybe a combat no onye bibi because wontumi nkonkogyina obi a ɔwɔ sɛ at least give me something to eat because this ministry work is not easy. Sika nso ka ho. So that I think that that's the reason why many people don't want to take that mantle. So I think per your submission, much in your money.
Yeah, the thing is that it's also about faith work. You see, we and our God is about faith.
Okay.
You see, that I was telling you that the time I was resigning, it was the same thing that I was also thinking. Namikoi, then Namikoi. And so, if you don't take time and you want to think so much about what you eat, you remember there was a time Jesus Christ was with his disciples, and they asked him a question that we have left everything and we have followed you. What are we going to get? As at that time, they were thinking of political gains, the disciples. And the Jesus replied them and told them that anybody who leaves the mother and father and follow me, that person is going to get 10 times of what he gets when my father comes. And at the point, Jesus also said that, hey, the Son of Man don't have a place to lay. He said. And that time, the faces of the disciples changed. And I'll be a heady wetty. Now you are telling us I don't have any place to sleep. And so this thing that we are talking about is about faith. Okay. Say, what did you what I mean say? Baby house, you see, and when you are convinced that this is what God said you should do, you don't have to doubt it. Okay. And that was when I told you that I was convinced, irrespective of what people are saying, the insult people are casting on me. I said, no, I have heard the voice. I want to resign. And like I'm telling you, I have resigned. And now, let me tell you one thing to end. Some of my managers at Ghana Water Company now, sometimes when they see me, I say the kind of honor, the respect they give to me. Wow. I'm sure that if I am in Ghana Water Company now, I will get that respect. So God works in mysterious ways. Oh, wow. And He's always ordering our steps. All we need to do is to allow Him to mold us and to lead us, because where He will lead you will be a path of honor.
Wow, this is deep. This is Ebenezer. Daddy, I think your last word, welcome. This Reverend Raymond Afutu, the DYO of Tema Diocese, and I think say, yeah, papa, the obe, you can say the obe, most of the people I think were here, Most of them been cried. That was the way it's so a stable picture to my Diocese. No, yeah, papa, but bit me, but I think it's the media to me, working with you. I think it's that I work with you now too. Working with you, I think say what home or they find. I can say on authority say I'll use this the student youth rally, cry for example, say that the why are there. I mean sure because that was the perception say the way Reverend was sabotage here, Yana diwa ubabi be yana. I think say uti
Oh,
visa.
baby, Marty, baby.
Uti visa. And I think say omo cancer and all prove wrong because why are they? So that on behalf of the young people and also the entire crew of Kingdom Flores TV, we are saying thank you very much and are equal to your uh 10, 10 years in calling and also the 20 years in uh, uh married and also your birthday celebration. So we'll be coming live. We'll be coming live. And I'm also inviting each and everybody to make it or a way here. Was a bit time is
5 p.m.
5 p.m. 19th May. Oh, St. Paul Methodist Cathedral Committee 1. 5 p.m. the penny started. And you Ghana time over Bani upon. You started 5 p.m. 5. Minimum papa party. Is that a bishop crown sounds so hard? Bishop dear, okay, say 5. Na papa so has a 5. Na say Obeba 7 in the upon. It's about only security for better. So me that was daddy. Thank you very much. And I'm grateful for this opportunity.
And God bless you too.
Daddy, I'm very, very grateful.
Thank you too for this opportunity. Okay, and we are always available.
Okay, Daddy.
To push the kingdom business forward.
Okay, that was the fun. So every time for honey this me did the other Benjamin, me name for Raymond Afutu Nartey and taking command the DY of the Diocese of the Methodist Church Ghana and also the key members in your papa me brother Penny Clement on answering a boy me with the production and Uncle Poncho that's in a bishia. Bye bye.